guys, welcome back to Resident Evil 4.
That sounds
I forgot what happened because it's been
Don't
so long since we
think anyone
recorded.
can hear you over the explosions.
That's
just
okay.
about to ask
still-
what the hell that
you're
was.
still
Now we're getting to
cool.
Mike.
As long as you didn't look.
You know what? I never understood that because concussions are still a thing. No, what would happen is you'd be walking away in slow motion, and then in slow motion you'd be blown off your feet, which would be hilarious. Actually, I'd rather see that than just walking away and nothing happening.
I assure you this has happened before. In fact, I know exactly, I can think of one situation. Except they weren't kind of trying to do the badass strut.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, a person is walking away from an explosion like they're going to walk away all cool, and then they all of a sudden get... That's what I want to see. I know I've seen people, like, jump away from explosions before in slow
what I was
motion,
thinking of was Jack 2, where they blow up the base, and then they jump out a window, and as they're running, they get hit with the concussion of the blast.
Right. Yeah, that's happened. It would just be a good comedy moment if they mentioned that. Who is this guy? Oh, okay, never mind. Random goon. Thought it might be like a important person.
No, but it's been so long since we recorded. But remember when I was talking about Mike? Mike showing up. We never see him, but he'll always be in our hearts.
He's like the green. He's like the green biker dude from Mega Man X, only he actually kills something.
Hey, it's about time.
Is that him?
Yep.
What took him so long?
Like, you're a
He
helicopter.
said bad traffic, Brian. God.
He actually does identify as an Apache helicopter.
Does he, on his taxes, he checks other Apache helicopters.
You know, he could have just blown up the water tower. How did the helicopter get that close without anyone noticing?
Because they're
That is a
stupid.
very good question. Because
It
Resident
didn't
Evil
kill
4
anyone, they all
does
backed
not
up.
give a fuck. That's why.
And if he could sneak up on them, why didn't he just shoot them instead of alerting them to his presence?
Because he wanted to make it dramatic. Mike's a showman, okay?
Well, that's why he dies.
Because that's not the Apache helicopter way.
Stop oppressing him, Austin.
What I call backup.
You know, I'm glad that Leon's like organization is an equal opportunity employer. They hire people of all types.
You mean the U.S. government? God, I hope so.
Yeah, that. Oh man, I just wasn't sure if Leon like worked for, I don't know, an independent like
An independent
spy.
government. Saving
No, like
Well,
a
I
contracting
mean,
firm.
That's pretty much what fucking what's it called in Metal Gear? I forget.
Foxhound? Or no, that's a bad one. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name either.
Fucking the army with no fucking nation. Whatever they call
Yeah,
it.
look at that. Hey guys! I have a wooden shield! Let's go!
Well, they couldn't
Come
afford
at me,
metal,
bro.
Okay?
It's a gun! Why would that work? It looked like he was doing a little dance there when you're shooting him.
The kick never gets old.
Whoa! I'm
When
so
you hit somebody
fabulous.
who's nowhere near you, which is great.
Just the wind from the kick knocks him over.
I mean,
Strong, it's
Wesker
that
could
strong.
probably do that, but...
Yeah, but Wesker. He has his own special rules.
See, you know, I don't know what Leon is doing. I would just be behind a wall and wait for the Apache helicopter to take out everyone before proceeding. Like, I don't know why he's even
You
here.
kind of can, but you sort of have to progress every so often so he'll get the next machine gun.
Oh, well.
But yeah, you
Okay,
can
if it's-
sort of let him kill everything, but it just takes a while.
I mean, he has a missile.
It's possible. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. Like, see, he shot a bunch of them.
I mean, just like, but why? Like, he has missiles though. He can take out everyone in like 3 seconds, couldn't he?
Probably only has a certain number of missiles.
Okay, how many missiles?
Without blowing
It's an
up
explosion. It doesn't need to be precise.
Take cover, he said. Austin, what are you doing? Tell you what you're doing. You're not taking cover.
Who needs cover?
This kind of reminds me of the aiming in Conker's Bad Fur Day, which, by the way, is impossible to do.
It's nowhere near that bad.
You're right, because that was built on an N64. This actually had a second control stick. You still can't move while aiming, though.
I honestly don't mind that. I know that's a big...
Yeah. That wasn't the thing.
People,
In Conker, you just like there's no reticle, and it's really difficult to tell where exactly your shot is aimed because it doesn't hit exactly in the middle of the screen.
Of course not.
Oh, phone, Jesus.
It kind of the actual aiming spot moves a little further to the right the further away it hits. So it's just like
Did they do that on purpose, or was that just a programming error? Like, I know if you actually were shooting a gun,
they did that.
there would be...
Like, it wasn't an accident, but it wasn't really intended to do anything. They just didn't have a good shooting system for Conker. Which is fine, because you don't have to shoot too often until, like, the last 3 chapters. But man, those last 3 chapters.
Maybe they didn't think anyone would get that far.
Honestly,
Are you kidding?
I almost did when I was a kid. Which is not when I should have been playing.
You played it as a kid?
Yes.
Damn, dude. It's hardcore.
I played it as a kid. I think I got lost around the giant flower. Which everyone that has played the game is now laughing their ass off.
So, like, lost as in you didn't know where you are, or lost in her, I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
I don't remember. I just know I didn't really progress past that when I was younger. And then I played again as a teenager and got stuck in the war chapter. Which... the war chapter. I dread playing through that one again.
See, I've never actually played it, but I've watched like Let's Plays of it, and it seems like the war chapter is just a bitch from beginning to end.
Everyone hates that chapter.
Like
literally
it's a
everyone
cool
who plays
chapter.
the game hates it.
It's a cool chapter, but it utilizes the shooting mechanics so much that you can't help but hate it. Like, you literally don't have the option of liking it because it utilizes it so much.
It's supposed to be. Like, I didn't see that coming. Because, you know, like, the game was so upbeat. I mean, it was kind of like... there was darkness in it, with like people dying and shit, but...
Dracula. I'm gonna have to play through that sometime for the channel.
Okay, sounds good.
I would be using the rare replay version, so you know, the good version.
Kick him in the head.
Oh, the rare replay version, like, update it like they did with Banjo Kazooie.
Only a little. It only plays a little bit better than the N64 version, but the N64 version was the good version before, so...
Is there any difference between the rare replay Banjo Kazooie and the Xbox 360 port?
No, it's just the 360 version. Why would they change it?
Well, I mean that's why I was asking, because like, you know, you don't even really need to put it on rare replay because it's just available. But I guess
well, they actually didn't.
Actually, it's
They
Oh, wow.
literally,
Never mind
you
then.
put in Rare Replay, and it forces the Xbox Live arcade to download the game.
Oh, well then.
So basically,
you
you just
still
don't
need the
have
disc
to
to
pay
play.
for it.
Okay, well, I mean, that sounds like the most efficient way to do it. So.
That's what they did with Banjo Tooie as well. And
Nuts
pretty
and
much
bolts.
every game after Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah. I wish I had the 360 version of Banjo-Kazooie though. Like, when I was a kid, it took me 10 years to beat that game because I did not have the patience to get as many notes as I needed in one run. So what I would do for years,
That game.
what I would do for years is just
And
put
it's-
the cartridge in, fuck around in Mumbo's Mountain, and then
And
leave.
it's crazy. It's crazy because I've gotten to the end of the game twice now, but I just never actually finished it.
What? Why?
Well, when I was a kid, it was because I couldn't get past the quiz show.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can see that.
Grunty's Furnace Fun?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know that I needed to run around and talk to Brentilda everywhere.
Oh, I don't do that. I always do the quiz show without doing it.
Neither do speedrunners, but, you know.
I don't memorize the answers either. I just guess and hope for the best. But I'm too lazy to write them down from like Brentilda's musings and whatnot.
And
So
then
I just,
when
I
I,
just hope for the best.
No, you see, we live in the age of technology, so I just look it up.
You know what? I should have thought to do that, but you know, I'm just trying to recreate that like nostalgia of not knowing what the fuck is going on.
And then I decided to play it again recently, but I was going for completion, and there's like a few music notes somewhere that I just couldn't find, and I never went back to go get them.
See, that's me, except I couldn't find a honeycomb. Like the empty honeycomb, I have no idea where the fuck it is. I've gotten everything else but that. So I just tell people I've 100% of the game, but... And it was an extra one too. It's like one you don't need to get a full health bar, so it's not even like I need it for anything.
Pretty sure there's not any extra ones.
Really?
There's a
Pretty sure there's exactly enough.
I need to look at my save file then, because I'm pretty sure I have like full health, but I don't
the
know
funny
what I
thing
don't
about
have
that
now.
last level too is that it's just so much more involved than every other level.
Yeah.
It's not even like a gradual increase. It's like suddenly here's a level in which you have to do like 5 things long before long before you reap the rewards of it. Forcing
Right, it's like
player.
it's like that level was a prototype for all the levels of Banjo Tooie. Basically, I feel, because you know, all the other levels, there might be some things that you do that affect other things, but mostly every task is pretty much self-contained. But in that one, in like what's it even called? Click Clock Wood. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You have to do a bunch of things that like aren't necessarily obvious what they do until like way later. And then Banjo-Kazooie just does that, and except it interlocks levels as well, and it's just I like Banjo-Tooie a lot, but you know, I will never ever play through it completely again because that was just a slog.
Yeah.
But I also don't like in Click Clock Wood how it's really easy to fall off the tree and die.
Well, I mean,
which
it
is
the
really
final
bad when you're
level.
trying to... Well, I understand that, but combine that with the fact that you have to collect all the notes again, and you can be at the top and have like
yeah.
98 notes, and then fall off!
That's right.
Like, I wouldn't mind
They thankfully fixed that in the 360 version.
yeah. I'm glad they did, just for all the people who won't have to suffer that now. Like, all the kids who don't know!
But for that reason, I'm pretty sure the 360 version of Banjo-Kazooie it's either not allowed, or it is a separate category of its own in speedrunning.
For speedrunning?
No,
Really?
it is a separate category because the frame rate's different.
Oh. Yeah, that would do it, but...
And because they
I don't
did
know.
change the way the loading system works just a bit.
Is it faster or slower than the N64? Well, yeah.
Would it be slower?
Well, just because of different optimization
Because
techniques.
Microsoft's a piece of shit. Fuck that.
Okay, yes, but
I mean, they have better hardware, but like you can make anything run slowly if you don't code it correctly.
Oh, don't even get me
Basically.
started on the Virtual Console with the Wii U. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
See, there you go.
Nothing. Their fucking GBA emulator is fucking terrible.
Which
rest in peace.
doesn't.
You know what? We were talking about the NX before we started playing, before we started recording this. One thing I hope they don't do with the NX that they did to the Wii U, I hope they do not completely restart the Virtual Console again.
I don't understand why they did that. Why the fuck did they do that? Like, are they trying to get you to go back and buy a Wii? So, wait, no, you don't have to do that because you have a Wii
Virtual
mode.
Console. That's the thing. It had a Wii emulator built in that you could go onto the eShop with.
Sorry, Leon.
What the? I don't.
To get all upset about.
You know what? Maybe it was an operating system thing because they would have to reprogram all the Virtual Console things to work on to emulate on the Wii U system hardware. When you're not doing an emulation within an emulation. Which doesn't... Okay, you know what? I'm just talking out of my ass right now. I have no idea why they did that.
I wish you luck.
Nintendo doesn't like to do sense all that much.
This is true. So Mike's dead. That's good. We gonna, like, bury him?
What's that? We're playing Resident Evil 4.
So, like, are we gonna have a funeral and invite,
Well, we
like,
should,
all of
but
his relatives?
It's too hard to gather his smoldering remains. If only he didn't identify as a helicopter.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just say he was cremated.
Cremated at sea.
Sure, why not? The Vikings did it.
Viking funerals are
That's not cremation.
It's kind of cremation. They set you on fire. Just because you're on a boat doesn't mean you're not on fire.
See,
Although it's probably gonna be really hard to, Yeah, sure. It's fine. You always love to see anyway.
Oh, so we just... Ah, never mind. I was gonna make a really, really stupid joke, and I just realized how stupid it was gonna be.
I mean, we're making jokes.
Never
about a
stopped
man
me
identifying
before.
It wouldn't even make sense.
Never stopped us before.
Yeah, never stopped anyone. Now we're all
Peer
waiting.
pressure!
Peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure.
What? I'm not gonna lie, I completely stopped paying attention to you guys. I'm
What
gonna
else
be
is
honest.
new?
You guys were talking, and my mind just went blank.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
you are-
that
you are
happened
the
to me
wiser
when
of
you
the
guys were
five of
talking
us.
about Banjo Kazooie.
Well, that
See,
was
I
just 'cause you
thought
don't
so.
care.
Well, I haven't done Conquers, and I've only watched my friend play Banjo because I don't like collectathons.
Leon, you okay?
So I'm like, I have nothing to add. I just kind of started toning out. And then you guys started talking about something else briefly, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on anymore. All I know is we're definitely not talking about the game.
Speaking of which, oh, he's evil and shit. I got it.
It's okay, she's got
Yeah.
a knife.
You know, that reminds me of what Mrs. Weeder used to do to me. Ariel, do you know Mrs. Weeder from
Mrs.
from
Weeder?
Bennett? Yeah.
The name is familiar. I don't remember what she looks
Okay,
like.
well, in high school, like, there was a crazy English teacher. I love her, but she's crazy. Named Mrs. Weir. And I always used to be in the front row. And for some reason, whenever she wanted to make a point about, like, something intense, literally, she would strangle me. And she's like
That
this
awkward animation.
though. She's like this short old lady. So it wasn't
I
like...
do remember.
So
I
it wasn't
once
like
again blanked out, but then I heard the word strangled. and me when Brian was talking, and I was like, oh yes, this is my favorite story.
Oh God, I worry about this group sometimes. Well,
well, you're already in it.
see you in the next
Anyway,
episode.
I have an English story to tell next part because this part's
Tell the next one. First thing.